From Pullman, Washington, welcome to Fox College Football, sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. It's the 111th Apple Cup with a trip to the Pac-12 championship game up for grabs. Number 16, Washington. Number 8, Washington State. Utah's already clinched the South. The winner of this one moves on to take the Utes on in Santa Clara on Friday night. Why do the Cougs think this year's different?
Their quarterback, their Heisman candidate quarterback, Gardner, Minshew, the transfer from ECU. He's been nothing short of amazing this year. When you think about the undertaking, only being here for half a year, and he's now all of a sudden the most productive quarterback in college football. He has mastered this offense, the air raid offense under head coach Mike Leach. And I think the thing I appreciate about him the most are the three things that differentiates him from every other passer in the country.
Behind their senior quarterback, Jake Browning.
Yeah, one of the most prolific passers in Pac-12 history. He's almost an afterthought in this matchup because of how the season's gone. But you know, he's got one of the more storied careers when you look at what he's been able to do. One of the most productive and successful quarterbacks. He should be celebrated, and he's trying to make it a clean sweep in the Apple Cup. The first Washington quarterback to potentially do that.
It's Myles Gaskin, who is nearing 1,000 yards for the season. He'd be the first in Pac-12 history to have 4 consecutive 1,000-yard campaigns. And this is even though he missed the better part of 2 games with a shoulder injury. On a trip down from Seattle, one of the buses carrying the Washington band turned over on I-90 in icy conditions, and there were no serious injuries, but 47 band members were taken to local hospitals for precautionary measures. And latest update from the school this afternoon was that 2 of the 47 that went to the hospital were still there, and the others back in Seattle. But this is a tribute from the Washington State band before the game, with them deciding not to make the trip. Offense in the country, better than 40 points per game. It is incomplete, nearly intercepted by Taylor Rapp on the game's first play.
Gardner Minshew, as he drops back, this is a timing route. He throws it on time, but he doesn't see Taylor Rapp sitting there waiting for it.
Placed by Sean McGrew. Jake Browning's first throw hits Ty Jones, slips a tackle and gets a first down to midfield. Play clock winding down. They barely get it off. It's Gaskin with a first down. Myles Gaskin with an opportunity tonight to become the first running back in Pac-12 history with 4 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. They run it on 3rd and 8. Gaskin needs the 13, slips a tackle to get it. And what a message sent there by Washington, running the football. On 2nd and 10, Browning well protected, zips one into the end zone, picked off by Skylar Thomas. Washington State stands up, backed into its own end, intercepting Jake Browning.
Season for Skylar Thomas. Watch him right here. He's going to have vision the whole way, seeing it. And if I know that tendency of Ty Jones, you better believe Tracy Claeys, the defensive coordinator for Washington State, knows it too. And they know they're going to be targeting him.
On 2nd down and 8, they'll look to protect Minshew. They'll dump it off for Borghi, trying to run away from Burr-Kirven, and does. He's got a first down into Washington territory on a gain of 21. 2nd and short. Minshew again facing a 3-man rush. Here's Williams out of the backfield, sidestepping a defender. First down and more to the 20. JoJo McIntosh pushed him out after a gain of 19. Juggles the snap, brings it in, scans the field with all day to throw. Keeping his eyes downfield, now takes off and slides. He'll be spotted where the slide began, which is a touch short. It'll be 4th and less than 1. A wide snap, and it will spell doom on this possession for Washington State. Both offenses moving the ball deep into opposition territory. A turnover on an interception for Washington.
Did a good job handling them. This one just wide right.
Not even close. Didn't give him a shot on 4th and 1. And so the slide from Minshew on 3rd down. Option play. Browning cuts it upfield and gets a first down. Our look of confidence brought to you by Rocket Mortgage.
The interception on the last drive.
Play action on first down with his eyes downfield. He'll heave one for Andre Bocelli through the snow inside the 20. A perfect strike for a gain of 50.
And he's just going to run really a deep crossing route. And it is one-on-one with Darian Moulton, the cornerback. And Bocelli's one of the faster players on Washington. Really the key here is look at Browning. He throws it across the field. That allows Bocelli to run to the football. A lot of times quarterbacks have the tendency to throw it too far upfield. I knew I wanted to play for Chris Peterson. I want to get that process started.
They hustle out of the huddle here in an end around. Savon Ahmed, blocker in front. Inside the 10, it's 1st and goal. Boy, they love to get Ahmed in space any way they can.
Keep an eye on number 1, Hunter Bryant.
1st and goal, straight ahead. Myles Gaskin spinning his way in. Touchdown, Washington. The Huskies strike first. Lee trying to win its 6th in a row against Washington State. 3rd down and 7 for Washington State. Pressure coming out of the secondary. Here's Tay Martin trying to get around Jordan Miller. A flag flies and the drive is extended. Those two going back and forth. It's chippy already, and we've still got 3 quarters to play.
It's press man-to-man coverage, one-on-one. Really a poorly thrown football by Minshew, but the key is he still gives Martin an opportunity to try to adjust and come back to the football. And because Miller obviously...
What an odd look for Gardner Minshew to scan. They run right at it. Jalen Johnson grabbed the hold of James Williams, and it looks like they've spotted him a little bit short.
What you're trying to do is just say, all right, if you want to throw the football, we're going to try to collapse everything from the outside and see if we can maybe get a tackle for loss.
4th down and 1 again. Straight ahead again, and James Williams moves it into Washington territory with a 1st down. Behind this offensive line, you know, Gardner Minshew, of course, is going to steal the headline, press into a much bigger role than anybody expected here tonight. From the 20, they begin with a play-action pass. Browning again with his eyes downfield, out of the backfield, Hunter Bryant. Another guy who's coming back from injury after missing the first 2 months.
And keep an eye on number 1. He plays in line, he plays in the backfield. And this is just a move the pocket pass. Browning does a good job looking off the defense and coming back to find a wide open Hunter Bryant. List him as a tight end.
Here it's 2nd and 7. He swings it to Ahmed out of the backfield, gets a block in front, and another hits the sideline. Ahmed inside the 20 and steps out of bounds at the 16.
And look at the blocking downfield. K-Dot in the tight end. He helps seal the way, and then it's really Ahmed's speed to get to the outside. The question is, did he step out? And yes, sir, it looks like he did. I think that's a favorable spot.
Yeah, I agree. Looks like he steps out at the 18 or 19, and they have him right now at the 16. Well, some confusion there. It looked like either Browning turned the wrong way or the running back went the wrong way. And Micaiah Gilmore took advantage, dropping Gaskin for a loss. Everybody packed in tight. Browning to sneak it. Plenty for a 1st down.
And that brings up the craziest stat preparing for this game.
1st down and goal. 3 tight ends in the game for Washington. What a catch on a high snap. Gaskin spins, reaches for the goal line. And in, touchdown Washington. What fight from Myles Gaskin for his 2nd score this 1st half.
Because it was so high. Look at the ups. One-hander, and then finds a way to get it to Gaskin. It's the spin move. Gaskin getting loose on the Palouse.
How long you been holding that one? Been thinking about that all week.
Almost the entire game. The Cal game didn't play at all.
You got to figure they win the Cal game if he's available, right?
Yeah.
Short kick giving Travell Harris a chance. One of the top kick returners in the country. Has some room and has plenty of speed. A chance to show it off, but lost the football as he crossed midfield. Good angle taken by Keith Taylor. Travell Harris with a 44-yard return. Productive, just not exceptionally explosive offensively. On 3rd and short, Minshew, time to scan. A man comes open underneath. That's Calvin Jackson. That's a Washington State 1st down on what is turning into a really important drive here for the Cougars. Both running backs in there on 1st and 10. It's a shovel pass that is read beautifully by Joe Tryon, a one-time Washington State commit who's really coming on for the Huskies tonight, making his second career start.
It's just a three-man front, and Tryon, you can see why they're so high on this young man. The redshirt freshman, the spin move, kind of finds all of a sudden.
Morgan can't get away. First to get there was Ben Burr-Kirven, and then Taylor Rapp finished him off. 4th and 5. Rod Bell motions across. Minshew retreating, scanning, well protected, with all day to wait for somebody to come free. His name is Calvin Jackson. A big first down pickup for the Cougs. Minshew underneath again. That's the first catch for Dezmon Patmon, and it sets up first down. Even in these tight spaces, they're one of the top red zone teams in the country. They hand it to Williams, who gashes it. Touchdown, Washington State. Boy, they needed it badly, and they got it from the junior. Here we go again. It's a line drive of a kick taken by one of the up men. The ball comes out. Washington State's got it. Dezmon Patmon recovers at the 26. And still 28 seconds left.
Ends up being Johnny on the spot. Dezmon Patmon helped create a TD last week on kickoff coverage with good hustle. And you squib that kick too because you put it on the ground. Guess what? That ball comes up wet. It's hard to handle, especially for an upman who's not accustomed to doing that.
From the 111th Apple Cup, Minshew taking a shot to the end zone. A jump ball, and it's picked off by Byron Murphy into the break.
Well, in these conditions, there's no gimme that you're even going to make a field goal if indeed this ends up incomplete and you have the opportunity to. But this is the risk you take when you essentially throw up a Hail Mary. Maybe one of the smaller guys back there, Byron Murphy's the one who ends up going and getting the football.
Weather, the swings and momentum over these first 30 minutes. Back on Fox College Football, sponsored by Ram Trucks. Built to serve. Got the Zambonis out. Scraping the surface off. Went from rain to a little bit of snow to close to an inch. Part of the trips to the top now. They get it in his hands. Washington State all over it with Peyton Pallur shutting it down for a loss. Only a three-man rush. Brownie with time to scan. I'll step up. Let it go. Hitting a crossing. Hunter Bryant. A first down and more. On his feet into Washington State territory. Boy, have they been missing a big play threat like that. 57 yards for the sophomore. 84 yards in this game. Ahmed comes in motion. This could be a trick play. Fuller on a double pass. That's a Washington touchdown. Right back to Bryant.
Pulls one out, and it's all about the lateral here, and then you're going to see Hunter Bryant. He's going to release downfield and gets lost and really caught up in everything. And this was set up by a play earlier in this drive. The quick screen out to Savon Ahmed. You thought pass.
Yeah. That one's blocked and headed the other way. There goes Hunter Dale looking for two. Tevis Bartlett trying to chase him down and save 2 points to no avail.
And let's take another look. This looked like this ball wasn't going to get up anyway. I mean, that's just a low kick. It wasn't too tough for anyone to block, and then you see Hunter Dale taking advantage. Now,
big plays. They do that as well as any defense in the country. In trouble here. Spiked into the ground. There's still no signal. Now the flag comes out. It's intentional grounding as Greg Gaines, the most experienced player on that defense, got to him.
16. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. 3rd down.
It's pretty good out in space when he gets it.
Here it is. Borghi needs to get it to the 49 in Washington territory and won't, thanks to the tackle from Jordan Miller. And so it's 4th down and 7. To qualify, but he's been one of the best in the country when given the opportunity. It's a good one that sends Fuller back inside his own 15, and great coverage on special teams on a 45-yard punt.
He had 3 catches coming into the game.
They empty it out here and throw a screen for Andre Bocelli. He's got room. He's able to slip a tackle and break free across the 40. Andre Bocelli, 3rd catch of the day, goes for 38 yards near midfield. Comes in, motions out. Browning throwing the screen back to Bocelli. They broke off a big play on this one earlier. Washington State was all over it this time, forcing a fumble that's recovered by Nick Harris.
Seem right there, but instead he tries to go inside of Nick Harris. He did a good job of helping to seal off Dylan Sherman.
Maybe he couldn't see through the snowstorm.
That could have been part of a cushion down on the bottom of the screen to Ty Jones.
Browning looking the other direction. In trouble. Lost the football. Washington State scrambling for it. And they've got it. Willie Taylor, the redshirt freshman, knocked it out of there.
It's going to be paramount, and this is a case where Browning takes off one hand, and he's waving it around, and it ends up being Willie Taylor knocking it out. There's Dylan Sherman able to fall on the football.
It's like old turkey bowls in the backyard. They're playing in the snow, scrambling for it.
That's really where Washington State's excelled.
Yard line. James Williams, big hole inside the 5, right at the marker. They go back to the ground. Williams fighting. Looks like he's got a 1st down, but Ben Burr-Kirven ensured that that was all. Right back to the ground. Williams sticks the nose down. The ball might have come out. It did. Now they signal touchdown. It's a touchdown for James Williams. His 2nd of the game. No question, replay will take it.
Does he have possession of the football when he crosses the goal line?
It's going to be hard to tell.
Yeah, and I believe that's pretty definitive. It's really the ball pops out when he lands on the ground, and at that point, is already a foot in the end zone.
Yeah, that's a touchdown, even through the snow.
There would be nothing there, yeah, definitive, that would ever overturn that.
So now the question is, do you chase some points here, go for 2, and try and make it a 3-point game, taking quickly advantage of that? Gone for 1 2-point conversion this year, and it failed.
After review, the ruling of touchdown is confirmed.
So the score is confirmed. 2nd of the game for James Williams. Travell Harris stumbles as he goes in motion. Minshew looks left first. Now rolls to his right. Back of the end zone. That's caught, but out of bounds. He went for Aesop Winston. Good coverage, Byron Murphy. And it remains a 5-point game. A little different story tonight. A little different story on the scoreboard, too. The freshman tight end, Cade Otten, going nowhere. Undercut by Hunter Dale for a loss of 2. Down to Bruce. Minshew lofts it up, picked off by Ben Burr-Kirven. He got drilled by Levi Onwuzurike. And the ball fluttered up there, picked off by the senior Burr-Kirven.
Matched up one-on-one with Frederick Mauingoa. And look at it, it's really a pick stunt, and it's actually designed not for him, but for Ryan Bowman on the outside, but he finds his way through the protection, and an offensive line that has just done such a good job this year for Washington State.
Field goal range in these conditions. Browning to the outside, that's wide of Ty Jones. But it's 4th down. You may see a punt on 4th down from the 35-yard line here. Offense stays out there on 4th down. Could you see a quick kick?
Of course.
Quarterbacks love doing that, don't they?
Oh, too much.
You'd rather go, but you get to do that every now and then. Goes into the end zone, and Washington State will have it. Heavy-duty player this one. Ben Burr-Kirven, bunch of tackles and an interception.
And obviously, you can make the case a game-changing play somewhat there, even though Washington wasn't able to capitalize off of it, but he's been all over the field. A good job dropping back in the zone coverage, coming up, making plays when they've been there in the running game as well.
Gardner Minshew, fresh off the interception, hands it off. Williams, a big hole into the secondary. And a chunk play to open this drive of 17 yards.
I said it earlier, really last drive, Washington's almost daring Washington State to try to run the football. Very wide techniques.
Win their first trip to the Pac-12 title game. Washington trying to spoil it. Their sights set on the Rose Bowl and a return trip to the championship game for the second time in 3 years. Bernard Bell motions across the formation on 3rd and 4. Minshew finds Martin crossing, pulls the trigger now. It's picked off again. Elijah Molden.
Rolling on the field is a catch interception. First down.
The 3rd interception today thrown by Gardner Minshew.
Did the ball hit the ground? Yeah, I think it's pretty definitive there.
The ruling on the field that the Washington player caught the ball is under review.
All of them have struggled
After
in this
review,
game.
it's been determined that the ball went through the receiver's hand, hit the ground, therefore incomplete. It will be 4th down.
Okay, so 4th and 4. And now what? On 3rd and 1. Gaskin behind Jacob. Kaiser explodes. There goes Myles Gaskin. Will they track him down? Inside the 10. He's in. Touchdown on an explosion from Myles Gaskin. An 80-yard touchdown. His 3rd of the game.
So you're going to see Kaiser wrap back around, and you get all the defenders to move this way, and it helps create a seam for Gaskin out the backside. Marcus Strong probably had the best chance of making a play, but he had outside contain, so really now it's a foot race, and he's just doing the best he can to catch up with Gaskin.
Get it. Touchdown and a 2-point conversion and a field goal would then tie. It's moot point now. As Ahmed runs downhill with flags down. There were some late substitutions from Washington State.
Defense offside number 34. Penalty declines.
Max Borg is from a warm weather climate. Here's Williams. Spins his way free. Breaks a tackle for a first down near midfield. Stopped by Elijah Molden.
Are going to collide after James Williams hits the R4.
Oof.
I don't even know that's the right button.
R2, no,
R2,
I think he used
something?
circle for that.
Okay.
R2's juke right.
So here's Burr-Kirven. And watch as James Williams kind of spins and returns the opposite way. It's Bowman and Burr-Kirven go head on head.
Yikes. And Ben Burr-Kirven did just stand up under his own power and walks off. College football playoff aspirations alive, trying to do it in come from behind fashion. Minshew in trouble and sacked by Tryon. Joe Tryon gets to him and makes it 3rd and long. It is Ahmed with a hole off the left side, using that speed to turn the corner for a first down. Got around Marcus Strong. Keep it on the ground with a 10th consecutive run. Ahmed trying to get the edge and does with a back-breaking first down. On 3rd and 7, Savon Ahmed runs for 14. Dating back a couple of drives, a 14th consecutive run. Myles Gaskin is close. We'll see where they spot him. Got a face full of snow there. They do try the sneak.
Cade Otton in there pushing Jake Browning as far as he could. Every little bit helps. Check out number 87. This is legal now. You can go ahead and push the ball carrier. Can't pull him.
Got to get the ice off the chains. It is frozen. First down. And should just about do it for Washington.
You know, John Ross and Dante Pettis are playing on Sundays now. It's hard to replace those guys.
Ahmed right side. Inside the 10, 1st and goal.
The chances now for Washington State and even the Pac-12 of having a playoff team obviously go down with Washington State's chance for their seniors to get a win versus the Huskies.
The story becomes Chris Peterson and Washington winning another Apple Cup, the 6th in a row, the 9th of the last 10. And in a year where they were ranked 6th to start this season and had college football playoff aspirations, legitimate ones, disappointing middle part of the season.
Your quarterback, you benched him a couple of weeks ago, and now Jake Browning, only quarterback in this rivalry's history to go 4-0. Tell me about his legacy now.
He's awesome. I mean, the winningest quarterback, you know. I mean, what do you say? And you know, I got so much respect for that kid, and he's got a heart of a lion and a champion, and just I'm glad we got him on our side.
All right, Bruce, and he can wait a few hours to think about the Pac-12 championship game. We don't have to. We're going to preview it when we come back.